What is up, YouTube? It's me, the Artisan MC, on Saturday evening. Just left the theater from seeing the creator. Finally got to see, and I am now heading out to a place. So, like, share, subscribe, support should you feel so fun. That was my icon. Yeah, that's my icon. Yeah. So, what do I want to say today? Thought about saying this tomorrow on the stream, but I'm not sure how it would fit in with the stream. But and I don't have a lot of time right now to say that. So I went to my co-worker Ed's memorial today. Now, you guys remember me telling you my co-worker Ed, my mentor at my current job, he passed away from cancer. He was trying to come back to work, and he passed away from cancer, chemo and stuff like that. And it hit everybody really hard when we found out that he or quarantine, right? Just abrupt. What up, Malika? And he had like a small service or something like that, real quick, some kids and stuff to get everything done. And then he had a memorial that people who knew him and primarily people from our job put together to do a little remembrance for him, which it was really nice. Shout out to Christine for and Gordon pulling all of that stuff together and the people that came to help because for where Ed was, he had been at that company, at that job for 20 plus years. Good. And he had done some other careers before that I learned about being there this afternoon. We got together for this report. And although it was a small venue, it was full of people. And one of the things I got from it was not how many people were there, but how many people were really emotionally touched and shaken by this little 5'3" man. Okay. Ed was 60 something years old, maybe like 65, 66. Probably the same age like me, she is. And the number of people who have fond stories of him did not change from person to person about how helpful he was to them, how much he would be there to teach anybody anything. I mean, it was really a testament to one man's legacy. And he wasn't a millionaire, he wasn't rich, none of that shit. He was a regular fucking dude who just treated everybody with some respect and didn't waste his time with drama and talking shit about people. And that's something to see. And mind you, it was not just, he was Filipino or Chinese or something like that. So it wasn't just people who looked like him, males, females, black, white, Latino. It didn't matter. He was a solid dude all around to those people. And that was something that I really appreciated knowing from people because it is something to see this big 6 foot tall something brother that I had never met before trying to hold it together while he's telling the story of Ed letting him and his friend into Marine World Park when it used to be in Redwood City because apparently he worked there, and letting them into the parking so they can keep riding this ride over and over and over again. And how it was really tearing him up to even remember that kind of thing because he's saying he wasn't really nobody, weren't anybody, just knew him. And that, you know, that was touching to me because it shows the greatness of what you do, just treating people like people on a daily fucking basis. Just treat people like people, being of some kind of service to people in some ways. And there's people there that maybe had seen him in 20 years, man. But it was a lot of people who worked with him. A lot of people who worked with him. A lot of family, a lot of people who worked with him. What I got to see was his kids. His kids. His sons and his daughter. And see how much they looked like him and had his mannerisms and whatnot. Just seeing old pictures from him in the 60s growing up in San Francisco and shit. It's like, oh my God, look at this dude. But one of the things that stood out about that was seeing the look on his face in those old pictures. He was always laid back, always laid back. Learned that he got horticulture. I didn't know that shit. And doing horticulture so he could learn how to grow weed was how he got into plumbing. I was like, get the fuck out of here. That shit is hilarious, right? Because there's pictures of him working on these pipes and stuff like that. Like, no shit. To grow weed, like, well, you need a drip system, right? You need a good filtration system. Get some good water on it. Like fucking California, dude. It's just funny, right? To see him, with so much life, just like he was the last time, one of the last times I saw him. It was it was really something special to see, all those people there and just having stories to tell about it. And most of the other people were really shocked. His family and the kids and stuff like that. They were really pleased that so many people came and were there. Because in their mind, if he was alive, he would have enjoyed this. He would have enjoyed this a lot. So seeing that, being able to be in the room with that kind of love and respect for just a regular dude. He wasn't nobody's boss. I'm serious. It was like the regular of regular. He wasn't anybody's boss. He just worked alongside him, talked to him, gave a shit sometimes, helped him out, mentored him like he was doing with me. Like, fucking hell, man. That is a testament. And most of the people that were there were really shook that he wasn't there anymore. And they really missed him, which means he really had an impact on their lives, on all of them. And the last time I saw something like that was at my buddy Ron's funeral, when incidentally he died of complications of cancer and chemo too, right? But getting to hear all these other stories from some of these people I had not met, but I had heard about from him, and seeing them stand up there and tell these stories about him from their perspective showed how many lives he touched. And it really made me take account of how connected you can be to people just by being decent to them. You never know how long that thread of interaction and connection actually goes. Because all those people in there, they may not have known each other at all. They did, but just take it as they didn't know each other. They knew him. And showing up for him immediately made them all know each other a bit because his life touched so many other people's lives. Now, like it's saying, he left a positive and lasting impression on his family, friends, and co-workers. He left a great legacy. Yeah, he did. He did, Malika. I mean, no shit. I mean, legitimate. Because today I met some of his old bosses that haven't been in that company in forever, and none of them had anything really negative. Not this wouldn't be the time to say it, but they didn't have anything negative to say about it. It was all praise. What's up, Azurius? What's up, Anthony? Respect and care going a long way with people remembering each other. No shit, it does. It does to an nth degree. Because here's the thing: there's a situation at this party, right, where there was an individual that some people didn't want to come because most people find that individual annoying as fuck, right? And when I was invited, I was told, don't let this person know because he may not be welcome there. Now, I don't like that kind of shit. Personally, I don't like it. I don't like leaving people out of things that they should be a part of. I don't appreciate it when it happens to me. It's happened many times in my fucking life just for being a father, you know. So I don't really like that kind of shit. But at the same time, I understand that people have their taste, right? And I thought about it a night, and then the next day, I went and talked to the woman who was organizing and asked her about, why this person couldn't come. And I told her I didn't feel good about that. I mean, that person that they didn't want to come really liked Ed. He really did like Ed. He really respected him and liked him. Now, I may not like the person at all either. I may not. But I understand that that person, regardless of if I like him or not, he liked Ed and Ed liked him. I may have found out from that conversation that Ed really didn't like his ass. Well, that's unbeknownst to me. It don't matter, right? He did really like Ed. And if he found out later, after the fact, that this memorial happened and he wasn't able to go there and, give his well wishes or whatever to the family and shit, he would feel like shit. And me being able to empathize and put myself in his position, I'd feel like shit. I'd hate all of y'all, right? So I talked to her about it and she said she would think about it. And I was like, hey, look, that's not, I'm just saying for me, right? It wouldn't feel right. I don't like seeing people left out like that. So invite them, but tell them to tone his shit down a little bit. That's all you got to do. And sure enough, I found out later on that they did invite the dude, and the dude did show up, and he didn't do shit. He didn't act a fool with anybody or anything like that. So I thanked her and the other organizer for actually putting their personal feelings aside for a minute and inviting that dude to this thing so he could be there and show his respect for somebody he respected just like they were, and not, excluding him from the opportunity to be able to do just that. And I thanked them for it. I thought to me, it was a big deal. I thought it was a very nice gesture and thanked them for it, that I appreciated that. Not because they did it for me, which I don't think they did. They just thought about it and they did it for themselves. And I appreciated that. To me, that's more respectful to Ed's memory than it would be to just all push that dude aside. Fuck him. I don't like him because Ed wouldn't have did that. He wouldn't have did that. And I know that because you guys may have remembered me mentioning it a while ago that I went to a poker game with people from the crew from the job. I went and played in the poker game with them. And one of the dudes there, I have an issue with. I have a little bit of an issue with him, and he's running the poker game. It was Ed and my old FD Steven, who actually was like, no, invite Antonio. We want Antonio there. I said my name anyway, right? Those were the people who actually spoke up for having me included in that and not excluded from that. Oh, something we do and don't tell him, put him off to the side. You know, that's respectful shit because it's like they say, don't worry about what people say when they in front of you. Who are the ones who speak up for you when you're not there? Who speak positively upon you and go to bat for you when you're not standing there? Who are they? Those were the two. Ed was the one. So I try to return blessings and respect like that. I try to return that. So for me, that was part of Ed's thing. He would not see anybody left out like that. So I spoke up for somebody I may not, like I said, I may not like the dude either. I don't necessarily. I can respect him for some of his skills he has, but he is annoying. Yeah, he is. But he respected Ed too, and he would want to be there, and it's not right to leave him out. And he was there. And when he was there, I came up and shook his head and told him it was good to see him. Just on Friday, but no, told him it's good to see you, man. And kept it moving. So the memorial was nice. It was nice because you can feel that communal love that people have for him. And being there and just being able to, you know, toast up, listen to his kids say some words, and just, meet and conversate and eat with each other. What does Zuria say? If said person really liked Ed, then honestly, allowing them to pay their respects should be allowed, regardless of the one's personal feelings towards said person. But that's just my opinion. I agree, Azurius. I agree. I absolutely agree. He deserved the right to be able to say his respects, pay his respects as well, just like everybody else was. Because I don't have to like him to understand that he liked the same person that I liked, right? So I don't have a problem with that. I didn't. And by being there and talking with some of the other people, I found out the person who really didn't like his ass and didn't want him there. Found the dude. And we had a good conversation. Dude is pretty cool, but what he said was facts about how that person interacts with him, and he didn't like that shit. I say, hey, I totally understand, dude. I totally understand. You were well within your rights, but thank you for putting that shit aside for a day. Because that's to me, what's more important? You hold to some petty shit, or you put that shit aside for like 2 hours, and then you can get back on it again tomorrow. Put it aside for 2 hours. It ain't gonna go nowhere. You can pick that hatred up in 2 hours. Like you put it in a coat check or some shit, and then go on with your life again. Go back to being upset and miserable with that person. But the tricky part to that is if you realize a person can put it aside for 2 hours, you can put it aside altogether. It really ain't that goddamn important. That's the real trick of that shit when I tell people that. Just put it aside for a couple hours. It's not actually that important. Yeah. It will. It will, Azorius. Facts. Like shit, honestly, even dropping that hatred for 2 hours might make you change your outlook on somebody. I'll tell you this, Azorius, just to prove that point. I have one other person that I have issue with at work. Right? Sometimes I have issue with her at sometimes at work. And do you know not kill my damn battery sitting outside here. Do you know that I learned a lot about this woman in less than 30 minutes of being in this place with her? I tell you this, I feel stupid in some ways because I was thinking she was Latino the whole time. She is not a fucking Latino. She's a Native American, Apache, and some other shit. She showed up with her tassels and stuff like that on, like, you go into a memorial or a ceremony for somebody who's passed, and she tatted up all on her legs and shit like that. I didn't even know that shit. Why? Because she wear pants at work and shit, long shirts. I didn't know that shit. I didn't know she was Native American at all. She also drank Jack Daniels. I'm like, oh, damn, we should have been fucking around a long time ago. We got there sitting there talking, got a couple shots in her. Motherfucker was telling me how absolutely gorgeous she thought I was. I'm like, what the fuck? She's like, oh no, I couldn't tell you this before, but you are so handsome. I was like, well, thank you. Thank you. He's like, no, when I worked there, when you first started working there, I told my husband, I said, oh my God, this gorgeous man started working here. It's like, oh shit, I didn't know that. I did not know that shit at all. I was kind of flattered, right? So within that conversation, within that talk, I learned a lot from a lot of those people around there. I even learned that Ed was a Jack Daniels drink. He drank Jack Daniels all the time. I was like, what the fuck? I'm telling my boy Gordon. They was roommates. I was like, man, you should have told me this shit. Nigga, do you know? I showed him pictures of when I moved into my house and the Sinatra Select that I was drinking. I said, man, you should have told me this a long time ago. You cannot roll in here with three bottles of Jack Daniels and think I'm about to leave. Oh no, we cracking that. And that's when I found out those were Ed's bottles of Jack Daniels. Ed drink Jack Daniels. I'm like, what? Oh, nigga, we should have hung out a long time ago. Like, everybody, most of the people that I work with, they all drinkers. They all drink. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. Look, we need to have some company shit off the clock more often. We need to have some company shit off the clock so I can find out a little bit more about some of these folks. Because apparently they get turned up. And I'm like, shit, that might make y'all more bearable. Some of y'all, shit, why are you hiding? Let it out. Let me know. Zoria said, what do you say? Ha ha ha. The way I look at it, do I hate a person, their personality, or their work ethic? Just because I hate a work ethic doesn't mean I'm going to end up hating the person for who they are. See, Zorius, this is, I think, the difference between geeks and regular people, actual real geeks and other people. Because it's only geeks who I look at, who I see, who will break a person down into categories like that on a whole bunch of differences, right? They don't just say, well, he said something foul to me some one time, so fuck him altogether. No, geeks will be like, well, he good at playing magic, but his personality is annoying. So what you gonna do? Well, we playing magic, so we just gonna do this, right? You'll break it down on different areas because that's how I do. Like, Manchild motherfucker was there today. The dude I have an issue with, he was there today, right? I said what's up to him. We talked for a minute, and then later, talking to the chick, she said I didn't see so and so. I said no, he was here earlier. You missed him. She's like, oh, I thought you didn't like him. I said I don't. But it don't mean that I don't respect the fact that he is a hell of an electrician. He knows this shit electrical wise, but his personality is fucked. Some of the shit he say is fucked up. He do some grimy shit,
But because he was in the trade like I was in the trade, we can always relate to things work wise that happen in the trade. We can always relate that way. It's just the other grimy shit that he do that be pissing me off. That's it. Other than that, and he's sloppy with his work. I don't like people who sloppy. I don't like that shit, nigga. Like, you should be better. I don't do slipshod shit when I work, and that's what causes issues. But other than that, like, wow, that motherfucker probably fine. He'll joke, he'll bullshit with you, all that shit. It's just judging people on more than one or two categories and not discounting people on just one category or two categories like that. People have a lot of sides to them. There's certain things that you can fuck with people on that you can not fuck with people on a different thing. And I try to judge it on a scale like that. Dude, if you got more positives than negatives, we might be cool, depending on what that negative is. If that negative is major, well, I know I can't mess with you here. Maybe I can fuck with you on something else. And I learned that shit back in my 20s. There was friends I had. We can go out, we can hang, we can do all this stuff. We cool. I would never leave that motherfucker around my chick. Never. He would never be able to be with me if I was hollering at some chick because he's the motherfucker that would be, Morton Salt over there trying to fuck it up so he can try to get at her on the slide. That's the shit I don't like. But otherwise, we could be cool. We can fuck around with all the rest of that. You not be around my chick, and we cool. Some other dudes, yeah, you can be around my chick, we can be cool, but you don't like the same shit I like, so we might not hang out like that. It's all imbalance, man. It's all imbalance. You have to find your balance and find where you can fool with people and where you can't. And it's cool on the parts that you agree with, highlight those. The parts that you don't agree with, let them live their life on that shit. Look, it ain't costing you shit to not fuck with them on that. Like, what you want to go do? Well, I ain't fucking with you on that. No, I don't do that. But that's the other side of actually working with people and then being able to be personable with people because everybody you work with, you are not personable with. You don't know shit about their life outside of work. And because I was in a new environment, I was the only black male there. I hold my cards close to my chest. We ain't got to be fucking personal. I need to know who the fuck these people are and who I can trust and who I cannot. My personal life is something that I don't bring here. And there's downsides to that and there's positives to that. But that's just the game. That's just how the game goes. But seeing some of these people tonight in a social situation, it's like, okay, some of them I can really hang out with. I could probably fuck with them and really, really have a good time hanging with them. And I will make efforts now to do just that because of this situation of being able to see them more outside of just this is this person at work. They seem like they're pretty cool. Okay, maybe we can hang around. But if it's a lesson learned from Ed, it's the lesson that this is how you connect with folks. You stretch out that circle of understanding. Yeah, you got a pretty girl. Yeah, hold her hand proud. Like a proud Latina. Little legs. Looking all nice. What club is in there? I'm dressed right for club tonight. I got on a button down shirt. I got on my boots. I even got my sport coat out, man. I could roll right in there right now. But I'm about to go in this pool hall and start knocking these balls around. Fuck with these chicks. So Elf Wife says hi. What's up, Elf Wife? the Elven, the Elven Queen of Azorius. She hopes you're doing good. I'm doing all right. I'm doing all right. I miss you too. Um, I still see her on Pokemon Go. You ain't never on that shit, Azorius, but I still see you too. I just finished. Well, it's not even fucking finished, but I moved from Concord to Vallejo. So I'm in Vallejo now, and I still got some stuff I need to move in, and I got furniture showing up tomorrow that's getting dropped off. So as soon as I actually get a couch in that bitch so somebody can sit down on something other than my bed, I will invite you guys over. It's getting to Christmas time. It's getting to my favorite holiday, Thanksgiving. So I'm gonna have to do something, cook something or not, or something. I don't know. Maybe I will be festive because it'll be a celebration of a good year, and that's why I'm still out tonight as it is. Roll into a pool hall at 10 o'clock because what I took from what Ed was doing is that let some shit go, let a lot of shit go. Don't worry about don't do the drama, which I don't already, but letting some shit go not to do drama and enjoy life because it is fleeting. There's been many a nights I could have sat at home on a Saturday night and just did a video or just watched some TV or something like that. But it's not many nights that I could say I was out hanging out being a grown ass man every night. I can't say that. So I'm going to enjoy life like I was doing today. I got to hang out with some of my coworkers, build a little bit more bond with them, and have some fun with them. Learn a little bit more about them. Have some shots with them. We all drink Jack Daniels, so they gonna get some shit from me from that from now on. And then just being out and enjoying the fact that I'm alive, I'm in this world, and what I believe I put out into the world is positivity, and try to keep doing that. So that's why I'm out to enjoy the life that Ed does not have anymore and that I still do. Because for me, that is the best respect you can show somebody who has passed before their time is to, yeah, be sad, but live life and live your fucking life. Because you can't crawl in the ground with them. You can't. Grieving is for the living. It ain't for the fucking dead. And I don't think if I was passed away and I was shifted off into the spiritual plane. I wouldn't want to be watching these motherfuckers bawling and crying and not doing shit else with their fucking life. I'd be an angry fucking vengeful spirit trying to kick you in your ass to make sure you did something with your fucking life. So I feel at this age that the best thing you can do is go out and take in what life is. And life is about being out with people in life and enjoying yourself. Put something positive out there. That, to me, that's what it is anyway. So you can drop all that negativity and all that hate and all the rest of that shit. Oh, I don't like this motherfucker. Yeah, well, fuck all that. Then don't fuck with them. It's very simple. Very simple. The world is a big place. You ain't never got to see them again if you don't have to work with them. And if you work with them, well, maybe get yourself another job or something. I don't know. But you got to let a lot of that negativity go and just live your life and put that positivity out there. So I'm gonna go in this pool hall. I'm gonna get me another drink and pour out a little for Ed, and I'm gonna try to play some pool in this bitch and see if I can get myself a game because I do have goals. I do have a tournament I want to play in August of next year, so I need to keep brushing up on them fucking skills. So thank you all for coming through. I'll talk about the creator tomorrow on Shop Talk Live because I just left from seeing that. But I'm gonna go in here and see if I can get a game and make some peace with somebody who's special to me. So we'll see how that works. So thank you guys for coming through. Appreciate you showing up in the chat box. What does Zuria say? Dude, I don't have any time in all honesty to even play. Please do. We'll bring some cards, make some fun for the night. I need a good artisan beatdown. You the only motherfucker that can actually say that shit, and I know it's true. I absolutely know it's true. Like, yeah, Zurius will kick my ass. But here's the funny part, Zurius. in my living room right now, sitting in boxes and bags, is all my motherfucking Magic cards. I sent a picture of that to my kids. It's like, this looks, I don't know. I think I might have a problem. It's a bunch of boxes. The heaviest boxes I moved was fucking Magic cards and books. Fucking Magic cards was the heaviest boxes. I unloaded the whole truck. The heaviest boxes was the one with Magic cards in it. That's why the motherfucker's still sitting in my kitchen. I need a bigger table. A bigger table. I didn't think about that when I got the table I got. I didn't get a big enough table that would, I should have got that fold out table that would make it bigger so you can actually play Magic on it. Fuck. I didn't think about that. Now I got to improvise. But yeah, Magic cards is right there, motherfucker, front and center in my fucking kitchen living room area. Like, shit, I got a lot of cards. I got a lot of goddamn cards. I ain't played them. So I'm sure an ass whooping would be due. I'm sure it'd be coming as soon as I sit down to a table and try to play some Magic somewhere. I got an ass whooping inbound. I know, because I'm out of practice. Yeah, she do got some nice legs. She rolling solo. Boots working, little lady. That little skirt on. This woman must be 60. She must be 60. She look good, though. She in good shape. Fuck club is this? The Gaucho? No, it's another club in here. I've been in here before to that club. I don't know if it's the same one. I went here for a New Year's Eve party. There's an old lady going in there, but she got her shit together. Strong ass Tina Turner legs. What? Maybe I shouldn't go in the pool hall. Maybe I should go over here because there's a lot of single women rolling up in there. Anyway, you're always welcome over here, CARtisan. We got a table and futon. Yeah. I think you sent me your address before, but you got my cell number. Shoot me your address. Yeah, I'll come by because it was my goal this year to actually get more in contact with my friends and shit like that. And now that I'm in a stable place, I can actually I feel more I can feel more rooted and do more things that I want to. So that's good. What up, Joe Herb in here? He said negativity will pull you and put you in an early grave. No shit. Negativity and worrying about shit you cannot control will put you in an early fucking grave. But I had to tell my coworker the other day. She said she didn't feel like a star because she did something for me, and I'm trying to show her that appreciation. So I sent her a little invincible star from Super Mario Brothers, and she thought I was calling her a star. But she said something that made me think about. She said, "I don't feel like a star," and I'm thinking, well, that's not what I meant when I sent the shit. I was just giving you a gold star for the effort and work, but why don't you? You know what's going on? She said some other shit, and I told her, well, that's not what I think. So just because you don't feel like a star does not mean that at the times you don't feel like a star, remember people who think of you as such. Because remember this, stars don't see themselves shine. Other people who do. That's plain and simply it. So you don't have to feel like a star for somebody in your life to actually appreciate you. And that's what you saw. That's what I saw today being at Ed's thing. He was a star in a lot of people's eyes. He may not have thought he was a star, wouldn't want that attention, none of that shit. But he was a star in a lot of people's eyes. And that's all that really mattered. That's all that really mattered. So um, that negativity and shit dims your light. Don't worry about that shit. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here, y'all, before I get really sentimental. Thank you for coming through. RIP to Ed. I will plant the seeds that were given to me today and try to keep that plant alive, even though I got to water it a lot, which I know is a death sentence for that fucking plant. But I will try. But yeah, thank y'all for coming through. And I'll see you tomorrow if you come through. If not, you have a good night, and I will see you the next time